under normal circumstances, former President John Dramani Mahama, according to a lot of Ghanaians, now then accept the debate with the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But because of a particular factability, because of no credibility, he's unable to face him square. Then Brother ya able to know why I'm debating with him about. Because of this video, I'm watch. From Yafa, but I'm not Afro Mekoska. Share video, share. No business and video now. Share your comment section.
For staying with us, everyone, we want to take you now to the Ghana CEO Summit, which is being addressed by the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, right now.
About an economy that has collapsed, but that collapsed economy is performing better than your economy that you left us. We have created more jobs, 2.1 million jobs, than any government in the Fourth Republic. He was creating unemployment with Dumso and everything. We are creating jobs, 1.2 million jobs in the public sector, 975,000 jobs in the private sector. And all of this is data that we have put out for everybody. We've constructed more roads than any other government in the Fourth Republic, done more railways, done more airports, built more public libraries than any other government in the Fourth Republic, built more courts. We're in the process of building 120 court buildings. 80 have been completed. More classrooms than any other government. We are building more hospitals through Agenda 111 and other projects than any other government in the Fourth Republic. We've built more fish landing sites, 11 completed, more than any other government in the Fourth Republic. We've done more sanitation facilities, increased the proportion of the population with access to sanitation facilities from 33% to 59%. And this is why you are not seeing cases of cholera as it used to be in the past, because there are 5,400 communities that are now open defecation free declared. We've built more sports facilities in the country than any other government in the Fourth Republic. When we came in, you had only 3 astroturfs in Ghana. We have 150 plus now. We're building 10 multi-purpose sports stadia, completed 6 of them, and the others will be completed soon. Completed the Boteman Sports Stadium, which we used for the African Games, and the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. So we've done so much in that area. Fiber optic cable network, the NCA licensed fiber optic cable network in Ghana since we've been in office. 93% of all of Ghana's NCA licensed fiber optic network has been put in place under our administration. Rural telephony, we inherited 120 sites. We've put in place almost 1,500 sites, and more are ongoing. So there is so much that we are doing across in terms of the normal routine development. And in the ambulance service was collapsing. We've implemented the one constituency, one ambulance, and revived the national ambulance scheme. There was no vehicle for Zongo development. We've done Zongo Development Fund, and we are able to boast of over 200 projects in the area of Zongo development across all the Zongos in the country. You look at our investment in technical and vocational education, over 6 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years, the highest investment in technical and vocational education by any government in the Fourth Republic. And we've made technical and vocational education also free in that context. You are seeing, in terms of our development authorities, a major completion of projects, 1,609 projects completed under the development authorities. The Northern Development Authority has completed about 304 projects so far. And so we are not talking about guinea fowl projects or planting projects and so on. It's very, very tree planting projects that bent when they were planted. So we can talk about this economy that you say has not done well is doing better than you did when you were president, Your Excellency. And so you can see, and then we implemented free senior high school education. Now that is one major landmark policy that we have put in place. And that, most people thought it wasn't going to be possible. In fact, the former president said if he had 2 billion Ghana cedis, he wouldn't invest it in free senior high school education. But we have. and the benefits are huge. You've seen an increase in enrollment in free senior high school education from 800,000 to 1.4 million, a 75% increase. And in the process, we have obtained gender parity. When we started free SHS, for every 100 boys in school, you had 68 girls. Today, for every 100 boys, you have 106 girls. And that enrollment increase has brought gender parity. But what is even more important is that if you look at the increase in enrollment into free SHS in Ghana, the highest increases have come from the 5 northern regions. So they constitute the highest ratios of enrollment in free SHS in Ghana, which is very good because the poorer societies, the poorer regions are getting more access. But what is even more important than this is that the quality has not dropped. We are seeing a major increase in quality through performance, and they have not been cheated. You see,
the person has criticized President Akufo-Addo for taking on or for implementing free SHS to cover all boarding students.
You don't hear anybody
What we have
giving
said,
the credit is due.
Oh, many NDC people,
Okay.
even me.
So you hold on
record.
Yeah.
I have said and I've insisted that this 2024 elections is not going to be about emotions and about rants. It's going to be about the issues. Because thankfully, we have a population that, even if I cannot read, I have a child that has benefited from free secondary education and at least can read and decipher the issues and advise me. We are in the age of AI, fast-paced, social media. So people are a bit more discerning than we were in 1992 when it comes to electoral issues. And I feel that if the former president tells you, and he was quite emphatic, that I actually launched free SHS. And how can I be against something that I launched? And that one of his bases to support his position is that when you go on Google, you have his opponent saying that or lauding him for launching free SHS. I think that to be fair to the viewers, there should have been a follow-up question. Because Samson, I saw your face. You were there. I saw you. In fact, I have you on screenshot, which I showed 3 days ago. I saw you, and I realized that for a moment you wish you had the opportunity to ask him.
Yeah, because my question, part of it was not fully answered.
Yes.
Because I had asked a question about what he has done and then what he will do.
Yeah.
Then he spoke about what he would do and not much of what he had done about what I had asked him about.
Exactly. I mean, the former president lied if he says that he launched free SHS. And that's a matter.
Progressively free.
No, he lied.
SHS.
Even that he lied. Except that if they had probed him, he would have explained what progressively free means. Because he announced that he was going to bring progressive free SHS in 2015. He did an announcement in 2014. That is what led Nanado to make that headline, which he referred to. So again, the Gen Z watching John Mahama, His Excellency, would have Googled and realized that he lied. Because the story was quite clear. Let me read quickly. The 2012 presidential candidate, Nanado, says the president's decision to implement free senior high school education in 2015, he was speaking in 2014, is good news for Ghanaians and should be welcomed. He says, in an interview with an Accra-based Oman FM, Nanado said if the president and his NDC government now considers free SHS education policy possible, then it's good for Ghanaians. I see this as good news. So this is when you announced. Then in 2015, everybody is looking forward to you making senior high school free. Only for us to wake up and realize that Imbo Bansa Nicholas, who is a day student at Kajaji Senior High School, is paying fees. We woke up to realize that Accra High School, which is a pure day school, no borders, are paying fees in 2015. In 2016, you realize that Aquinas Senior High School, that's a pure day school, are paying fees. In fact, the video is there where the Aquinas headmaster is sacking the students from writing exams. You have Otu Samuel paying school fees in 2016 as a day student. So clearly, what we need from former President Mahama is his definition. Then we would even understand whether we are debating with the right indicators or not. But based on what we experienced in 2015, if that is what he calls progressive free senior high school, then there is no debate. Because that is not what Nanado preached. What Nanado preached, which he fought against, is completely different from what he announced he would introduce. As a matter of fact, the former president paid 38 cedis of day student fees in 2015. 38 cedis. The day students ended up paying over 462 cedis. He paid 38 cedis. If that is the definition of free senior high school and progressive, which it could be, because he said it's progressive. So maybe this time I'm paying 38, another time I'll add 50. It's fair.
There is a fact of a policy
Announcement.
announcement beyond announcement.
What did he do? The evidence, I have the
Policy
bill.
initiated for
That
progressively
is false.
free.
That is false. As a matter of fact.
Only announcement.
No, because I'm looking at a bill
Okay.
for St. Aquinas School in 2015. I mean, free means, and when you heard him, he said that he had already made day school free and had planned to enroll over 100 and something thousand bodies onto it. But day school wasn't free. This is the receipt. This is the bill. That is why I keep saying that let's separate the emotions and the rants from the fact. You can come back with another definition.
Okay.
And we would accept it. I would accept it. After all, he himself and some others had already experienced or enjoyed free senior high school way before the constitution. So it's not as if it's something out of the blue. But the fact remains that Nanado in 2008 said that based on President Kufuor's decision to make basic education free, which had doubled enrollment, it's obvious that these people would need equal assistance at the senior high school to be able to get in. Otherwise, they will struggle.
He begins the argument by saying NDC midwifed, so to speak, the Constitution. And they put it there in the Constitution. So that was their
Nobody is
intention.
debating again. I want to contextualize my point. There are so many things in the Constitution that, I mean, didn't the Constitution say that we would realize true democracy when Ghana's governance becomes fully decentralized? Are we fully decentralized?
Okay.
Are we fully? No, let me make the point.
Right.
So there are so many things in the constitutions
Okay.
that need some enabling, which up to now we still haven't done. The fact is that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo preached free senior high school, completely free senior high school for Ghanaian children as far back as 2008. The NDC, every functionary in the NDC, including the now General Secretary, former President Mahama himself, fought against it. And Samson, you see, this is a very important conversation. Now listen to this. The former president and his government says that the free SHS is not possible. In fact, the Minister for Education then, Leo Kran, emphatically said that if free SHS was that easy, Kwame Nkrumah would have done it. He's on video.
You're right.
In fact, he said that if it was that easy, Soviet Union would have implemented it. Now, Felix Kwachio Fusu, the aide to the former president, said that free SHS is a scam. It is nothing by a complete political gimmick. It doesn't make sense one bit. He's on video. The former president himself, and this is where it gets interesting, in the year 2016, this is supposed to be 2 years after he claimed he had introduced free senior high school, was on a political platform during the election campaigning period and said, we are not going to implement free senior high school on the whimsical promises of a desperate politician.
Right.
Something that he claimed he had.
Yeah, so I understand.
Something that he claimed he had introduced.
Right.
He said he was not going to implement the same thing he had implemented.
Right.
Everything Dennis Miracle Abuaje, my good brother, has said on this platform are bare-faced lies.
That's not correct.
I will demonstrate.
I can tell you that.
Number one, no, don't speak for him.
For example, hold on, but I'm host.
But
I
you're
moderate
giving
the
me
show.
just 2 minutes and
I
you want to share
moderate
the 2 minutes with me?
Okay, see,
I'm
he
going to see that.
mentions what Leo Kran said about free SHS. You can't contest that.
I
He
am
mentions
coming.
what Fifi Kwete said about free SHS. That
Many people want to support us. Na bina wakadama mesede. Na one check down obohu tanks bi wo. Obobo mehu all certain amount bi apeditua. Ebohu euros, ebohu pounds. Mebe fe bia no so slow or as high biara. Ni wia bomazena cost buy and send ho no. Buy and send is me atwane kakra. Atwane kakra ma so process ni nyina na so wia. Ebohu da obo bring up drop down menu bi able to choose the payment method they pay choose. Ni wia ni nyina na wa iska. Thank you for supporting us. Yamin show bebre.